And if there is one thing that Bandai knows how to do and how to mess up in anime manga's game, is the story mode. Hello there, I'm Dejan and welcome to a new video. As you can see, today we are not talking Tekken 8. Today we are talking a franchise that has been in my heart since I was a little kid. We are talking Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I still remember when I was going to middle school in 2005 and they released the first Tenkaichi. It was quite revolutionary. For the first time we could actually control and drive Goku in the same way you were seeing the anime. The previous game were great, the Budokai series was incredible, but they never gave you the real feeling of actually being Goku. Tenkaichi was doing that and was doing it great. The 3D roaming experience was just perfect for the kind of anime manga that Dragon Ball has always been. At the same time, I would like to say that the game wasn't that great. You couldn't transform in mid-fight and there were very weird mechanics, but the feeling you were getting out of the game was just perfect. And that's probably was the fact that made click the audience with the game. After a couple of years, they released Tenkaichi 2, and that is been when the game became the phenomenon that we know now. Tenkaichi 2 is being the game that created the Tenkaichi series as we know now. All the other iterations, and I'm talking Tenkaichi 3, and I'm talking the Raging Blast series, Tenkaichi Tag for PSP, every single other game has just been a Tenkaichi 2 plus 1. They had a different feature, in some case, like story mode in Tenkaichi 3, they removed some features. At the end of the day, it's always been Tenkaichi 2 plus something. And a while ago, Bandai came out and with a very nice nostalgia effect trailer announced Sparking Zero was work in progress. Now, we have I think like 4 trailers out plus a gameplay trailer, so I think time is quite mature to start to speak about what the game is gonna be. There is already a lot of material we can analyze and see. So first of all, just to make it clear, the game looks great. We can all agree on that. The game looks perfect, is astonishing. No, it never looked better. I would say the character models are not at the same level as fighters, but at the same time is a way more, in my opinion, kind of more complex game. What for me, in my opinion, looks even better is the maps and the environmental iteration that you get. The key blast and everything that you do just reacts so well with the environment around you. The explosions, they look so much anime. Is great. All the energy effects as well, they work very, very, very well. What we can say for every single feature that we've seen in the game, they didn't add that much in the game, just basically brought back everything that was already present in the other games. If this would have been a complaint in any other games, I think in this one is not going to be a complaint. The game, as they were made in the past, if you play them now, they're still a pleasure to play, gameplay wise. They still feel very fluid and very nice and enjoyable. So bringing back this same mechanic, but obviously give them a fresh look and a fresh feeling as modern gaming, that would work perfectly for the game. One thing that they change is the Kamehameha clashes, or the key clashes, how you want to call them. Basically when you two Kamehamehas clash together, the little cutscene starts and you basically used to just destroy your controller rotating the thumbstick until one of the two was winning. Well, they changed a bit, and now instead of rotating the thumbstick like a crazy man, you're just gonna timely pressing the triangle button on a bar gauge that is filling underneath. I honestly think this is a good change for the quality of life, because nowadays you cannot afford to smash a PS5 controller just playing Dragon Ball. It's too expensive. I'm sorry, no. Quality of life change they put in the game that we already seen. There might be more, most probably there are gonna be more. Probably the biggest feature that I'm not so sure about that yet is how they decided to treat the camera movement in the game. They wanted to make it feel and make it look very dynamic, and if you look at the gameplay between the match that they showed between Goku and Vegeta, during some of the scene it looks just great, especially during the transformation and how the camera zoom out after that transformation is complete. That kind of movement add a very nice touch of dynamism and speed to the gameplay. What I'm scared about is there is a lot of camera shaking during the very close combat scenes and phases, and in my opinion It feels a bit messy. But at the same time, we may just need to get used to the game and to the camera. So I leave it a question mark on this one. As in the previous game, the camera was way more stable and, in my opinion, made it way easier to follow the action, especially in such a fast-paced gaming. By the way, let me know down below which one is your favorite Dragon Ball game of the past. Mine is obviously Tenkaichi 2, I played the game so much, but there is Ultimate Battle 22 that always have a space in my heart, as it's been my first Dragon Ball game ever. Now, there are a couple of things that I really hope they're gonna be brought back in this game, which I'm not so sure is gonna happen. As gaming changing in the last years, and even if this is a game from the early 2000s, it's gonna be reiterated as a 2024 games. So even if I can say already the gameplay, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be alright, more than right. There are things that scares me that I think they might not gonna be in the game. And what I'm talking about are exactly 3 main components. The first one being a story mode, a nice and good story mode. The second one being an offline challenge mode. And the third one, and most important as well with the story mode, a split screen mode. While the challenge mode, I think it would be a very good touch to have, might be the one that can be put in the last place of the chart. The story mode and the split screen mode are modes that cannot miss in a Tenkaichi game, are the heart and soul of a game like this. And the story mode is the one that worries the most. Because I've been playing Bandai games for God knows how long, and if there is one thing that Bandai knows how to do and how to mess up in anime manga's game, is the story mode. And the Dragon Ball series is the perfect instance. I'm not gonna even take the whole Dragon Ball series, I'm just gonna take the Tenkaichi series. Tenkaichi 1, most experimental game, probably lower in budget as well, and a lot extra work to do as you are creating a game from zero. Story mode, episodes. You open the story mode and you just click on an episode and you have a picture of a character with a vignette and you just read a comic for 5 minutes, then you do a 2 minutes battle and then you go back reading for 5 minutes. And this is boring. But for Tenkaichi 1, I understand. Tenkaichi 2, best story mode in the franchise. Easy, best. And with Budokai 3. Budokai 3 Pro is still better. But great story mode. Classic free roaming around the map. Move from point A to point B. Find little secrets. Then do your battle. Then go around. Look for the 7 Dragon Balls. You know. A little Dragon Ball minigame. That's the story mode you want to see. Very nice and engaging. Tenkaichi 3. And that's where Bandai does what they do best. The story mode. It goes back to episodes. And this is not a story mode that is gonna work. That's the most lame in story mode you can put in a game. If there is something that doesn't work, is me waiting 5 minutes to play a game the last 2 minutes and then I have to wait 5 minutes again. So please don't do this. And you have been known to do this with other franchises as well, because the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series is the exact same instance. So please Bandai, please do a real story mode, please. Now, the split screen. The reason why I think split screen is so important for Dragon Ball is just because it's such a strong franchise. Everyone knows Dragon Ball, so it makes it the perfect couch game, even for people that doesn't know the series. They don't care if they don't know how to play, but they will be more likely to play something like Dragon Ball with me than something like Tekken, even if they're not gamers or they don't play video games at all. Dragon Ball is a part of our life, especially for my generations, but with the job that they've done with the franchise and Dragon Ball Super and how big still is a part of our culture, you could say. That's something that's gonna bring up people together, even very casual, just to, you know, throw a Kamehameha and see the world explode. That's what you want to see. It's just so nice. So, split screen, so important. And challenge mode, a bit probably, they're one step below those two, but still something that you want to see, especially when you buy a game full price that is gonna get anyway DLCs. I'm thinking about something like the towers that they put in Tenkaichi 2, but in a bit more dynamic way, like implementing them in a Mortal Kombat fashion, when actually the towers rotate online and they have kind of challenges, like imagine in one of the towers you get the big guys in the Tournament of Powers, and they're all super buffed, and you have to beat them down, and it's actually like super boss battles. That would be very interesting and very fun, I think. And as well, what I would like to still see in the game is like the unique features that these games used to have. I'm not talking extreme things like Raging Blast 2 did. Raging Blast 2 was the PS3 iteration of the game, and it was released with a full Dragon Ball movie never seen before in it. You could only see in the game, and the villain was a playable character. It was probably something that nowadays you would never see again, but these kind of things were great at the time. Other things that this game used to do as well, Vegeta Super Saiyan 3rd level and Broly Super Saiyan 3rd level, were things that were very fun to see. Or as well as Frieza recovering life once he was transforming from his base form to the second form and to the third form, and recovering every time a bit of life. It was giving uniqueness to every single character. Or Tenshinhan, when he was using his super special move, being allowed to just mash triangle, to just keep on spamming the move at the cost of his own life. These kind of things are the kind of things that always made the game very unique, and I would love to see some of this. I know that the movie is not gonna happen, that would be too nice, but these smaller things though, that would be very nice, that were always being part of the Dragon Ball series. You know, and the more I talk about this, the more pop in my mind, like the beautiful fusion between Tenzin and Yamcha, or the one between Mr. Stan and Goku, even if these ones are part of Budokai 3 and not Tenkaichi. But again, lovely stuff that they did in the past, and I hope they're gonna still bring them back as kind of legacy of the game. What's as well I'm curious about, and this is the last thing, are they gonna keep it like the old Tenkaichis, or they're gonna bring it a bit more competitive? Because the nice thing of Tenkaichis is that power level of the characters felt like the power level in the animes and manga. So if you were playing Yamcha against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was way stronger. Way strong. The character was so busted. But at the same time, gaming changed, and now esports are a way bigger thing than what they were in the time. I personally think that Tenkaichi should stay unbalanced as well, because that's part of his beauty. Be more a Dragon Ball realistic game, especially with fighters being so great, and be a very nice competitive game. Personally, I would prefer to see characters very unbalanced, because that would make me feel like I'm playing a proper Dragon Ball Tenkaichi. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe. The channel is honestly doing very well. I cannot complain. Every video is doing very well, and every single comments that I'm reading is beautiful, and I just cannot stop to thank you so much, guys, for everything. Slowly we are growing. The target is for now to get 1,000 subscribers, then it's gonna be 10,000, and the sky is gonna be the limit. So yeah, I can just thank you for all the support as usual, guys, and I'll see you to the next video. Ciao!